Greetings, everyone. Today, I just want to talk about the current situation which is affecting the nation of Zimbabwe. There is a deadlock between two leaders in the country, the president and the vice president. And from the way things stand, if the president was to step down, it will be good for the nation. Now, Mr. Mnangagwa, I want to give you a message, a very simple message, based on the current affairs. When you look at what is happening in the world, Mr. Mnangagwa, the world does not revolve around dictatorship. There are principles in this world which govern the laws of life. Everything which comes goes. In Shona they say chese chinobhuruka chinomhara okupapayo okundizayo ngesinye isikhathi kuzahlala phansi. So now when you think that you are going to rule Zimbabwe forever, you are deceiving yourself. You are misleading yourself. Now I want to take you back to November or October last year when you went to Russia trying to garner for support to get security from Putin. And you were doing it in such a very crafty way that you were pretending to be gunning for this support for the sake of squashing Zambia, which had American bases. And Putin didn't buy that. And the reason why he didn't buy it is not because maybe he didn't want to buy it, but he didn't have the money to buy it, so-called, in brackets. Now, I want to take you to Bashar al-Assad. Bashar al-Assad, or Assad as we know him, was exactly placed like you, a lover of push cars, a corrupt individual, opulent individual, big mansions like you, best state-of-the-art cars, modern cars, Porsches, Ferraris, all types of cars were found in his basement, just like what you are doing with Chivhayo. Have you ever thought that Assad was protected by Putin? And a time came when Putin couldn't sustain that war. In Syria, in Ukraine, and all the spots of the world where Russia was being involved. I have always told people that this world consists of two blocks, the West and the East, America and Russia, so to say. America and the European Union, Russia and China and Asia. Now, when you look at these two blocks, whether we as black people, we want it or not, we have to ask questions which we must answer. Where must we belong? Because whether we like it or we don't like it, we are going to be under a block, whether the Eastern Bloc, as things stand right now, we are under the Eastern Bloc, where Russia, China are doing what they want in Zimbabwe. Now, I said, let me ask a question which we must answer. As Zimbabweans, where should we fall under? Do we go under the Chinese and the Russians, or we go under the Americans and the West in general? We have to answer that question. You can answer my question in and out of context, where you say we will rather not belong to any of the two, but that is impossible. Somehow, somewhere, we have to follow under one of the two. Which is either we are ruled by the Russians and the Chinese will come to Zimbabwe and point at guns at us, loot the rivers of Zimbabwe, the mountains of Zimbabwe, the plains of Zimbabwe, the towns of Zimbabwe, and take everything and leave dangerous chemicals and take everything to Beijing. Or we allow the West to come and create factories, industries, hospitals, and we follow. Okay, let's be honest, my dear friends from Zimbabwe. When Zimbabwe was Rhodesia, were we not far much better in the quality of life we were living? Okay, let me give you a narration of my life. In Rhodesia, I was in Luveve. Schools were functioning. Hospitals were functioning. We had a youth center, which we called the Luveve Youth Center, where there was a swimming pool. There was a place where we used to play golf. There was a golf course. There was a tennis court, table tennis, everything. I used to play every sport. I was a swimmer, professional swimmer. I can swim. Why? It was Rhodesia. There were facilities for us. Wednesday afternoon after lunch, after school, we would go for lunch, and then after that 2 o'clock we will go swimming or playing football or playing tennis or playing table tennis or any other creative or recreative sport which we used to play. Why? There were facilities under Ian Smith, under the West. Do we think the Chinese are going to do that for us? Do we think Russia and Belarus is going to do that for us? Back to my topic, Mr. Mnangagwa. You saw your plan, which was embedded in the M23 rebels, falling apart. Let me tell you, people of Zimbabwe, I know some of us, we are very short-sighted. We don't see the larger picture of what is going on, of what was supposed to happen. When Mnangagwa went to Russia last year, he was of the opinion that he was going to get security from the Russians. And Putin told him that I am facing a bigger crisis. Zibonele khona ngapho lawo. Wona uzokuita ikoko ku Zimbabwe kwakho. Kunoko ndine Ukraine nezvinhu zvakawanda zvikundilesi andinazvombo zvandinokupa. Museveni, Tshisekedi, and the Malawian president Mnangagwa, and the new leader in Mozambique, and the Namibians, and other corrupt regimes thought that they were going to establish an army which was going to rule the whole of Africa under the leadership of Putin. That was the plan. But it all went to the push. Now, you army commanders in Zimbabwe, if this guy lose you to think that by 2028, he will say, okay, the 2030 issue, I shelf it. I will live in 2028. If you allow him to go as far as 2028, you know what is going to happen? When Putin recovers, because he wants to make a deal with America, that there must be a ceasefire in Ukraine. If he recovers and there is stability in Russia, Mnangagwa gets weapons and security from Russia, you army generals are in trouble. Makambona kuti nyika inofunga kuti motikari inoshamisa. People like Wutawunashe, Putin, like people like Chivhayo, they think that owning a brand new car is this thing. So army commanders in Zimbabwe, act now. Izvo zvimoto acta. Kana mukarega Putin achifema kuRussia uko achizoti dzi. Amuchazviona. I told you 2 years ago, and it seemed it was like a joke when I was telling you that the world is hinging on Russia and America. If these two blocks protect you, you have security. But now Putin will want to protect anyone who is going to submit under him. But for now he cannot do it because he is under pressure. This is the opportunity for you army generals to take out Mnangagwa this week or this month of February. And munoona zvimaningi zvimamilishiya zvake zvaarikuda simudza, vharai nyika, pasave neflow of weapons. Mapedza naMnangagwa. Thank you.